Hello, hello. How is everyone? Today we are going to make a dress. If someone is free, so we are going to make it together. I'm just going to do pattern drafting. Yeah, because the fabric is not yet here, but I'll prepare. So when the fabric comes, I will be ready. And again, I will cut another dress. So please bear with me. Okay. Okay. So how is everyone doing? How was your day? Oh, how is your day? When I say how was your day, it might be as if that day passed. How is your day? Today the video is going to be very short, I think. Yeah, it's going to be very short. So you bear with me. I have my measurements already. Let me check everything I need, then we can begin. So yeah, please, thank you for watching. Like the live. Yes, please like. Please like. Okay. Like and subscribe. If you're new on this channel, I do sewing tutorials of different dresses. Yeah, we don't only do dresses, we do shirts, we do pants, we do a lot, but we do dresses most. Okay, so we are going to begin. I'll not waste so much of your time. These are my measurements I'm going to work with. So we have a shoulder of 14. I forgot to divide this. Let me divide this before I can begin. Let's see. I need a calculator. So when you divide your shoulder by 2, you get 7. Okay. Bust is 32 divided by 4. This is 8. I'm going to divide my waist as well. These are not my measurements, that's why I don't know. Mine I know. So let's go to the waist. Let me place like this. My waist is 27. Divide by 4 as well, equals to 6.75. Okay. Okay, I think that's all I need. All right. So I'm going to divide my armhole depth. I'm going to use bust divide by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'll use 32 divide by 6 okay, plus 1.5. Where is the one on my calculator? I'm not saying the point on my calculator. What happened? So plus 1.5 is what? Let me just use simple mathematics. It's 6. Armhole depth is 6.75. 6.8. Really? Yeah, 6.8 probably. 6.8, really? I think it's that. So we are going to start drafting. Yeah. So let's start drafting. We are going to do the front and the back. Okay. So I'll begin with the back. I'm going to begin with the back. So on the back, we are going to take away 2 inches. Those 2 inches are going to be our zipper allowance. These 2 inches is to cater for the zipper allowance. Let me take the front part away. So I'm going to make a straight line here as well. This straight line will be our shoulder line. This color is so light, I see as if I'm not seeing well. Let me get a darker color. So I'll use this blue. I think it will show better than the other one. So I told you this is our zipper allowance. Okay, so now we are going to take our measurements from the shoulder to bust. Shoulder to bust is 9. Shoulder to waist is 14. Okay. Shoulder to bust is 9. Shoulder to waist is 14. So I'm going to take a neckline of 3 inches. On the back, I'll take 1 inch by 3 inches wide. So, so I'm going to take the shoulder divided by 2. Shoulder was 14, divided by 2 is 7, so I'm marking 7. I'm going to come down by 1 inch and I'll make a shoulder slope here. I'm going to come here and mark 7 again. I might come up by 2 inches or use this measurement. When I use this measurement, it is 6.8, which is around here. When I come up by 2 inches, there is a slight difference. Let me measure the difference. The difference is something like 0. So I'm going to come up. Let me come up by, let me use this. Yeah, let me use the 6.5. I hope I measured well. Okay. So this will be my armhole. I did it like this because I'm going to use a sleeve. I will put sleeve on this dress. Okay. So I'm going to divide this by 2. No, I'll come up by this. So I'm going to use this. Okay, I'll come up by the 2 inches I usually measure. So I'm going to use this, the first line. I'll eliminate this. So I've come up by 2 inches, okay? Don't get confused. So I'm going to come here and divide by 2 and coming by no, I'm not coming. This is the back. Let me mark because it confuses me. This is the back, okay? So we are not coming in on the armhole. So I'm going to get my bust divide by 4. My bust divide by 4 is 8 inches. So bust divide by 4 is 8 inches. Let's see. All right. So bust divide by 4 is 8 inches. I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance. I'll add 0.5, not 1 inch. I'm going to use 0.5 for sewing allowance, okay? You can add 1 inch. It's up to you. Okay, let's add 1 inch. That's what we usually add. I'm going to come also on this line and add 1 inch. So I'll come here and put in the armhole. Alright, so this is our back armhole. So I'm going to come on my waist and divide by 4. My waist divide by 4 was 6.75, but we are going to put a dot in the back, so the nipple to nipple of this, I'm going to use nipple to nipple. I'll use a nipple to nipple of how many inches? Bust divide by 4 minus bust divide by 4 minus 1 inch. So I'll use the nipple to nipple of 3 point. Let me use the nipple to nipple of 3 inches. Okay. Let me use 3.5. So I didn't measure the nipple to nipple, but there is a standard calculation of the nipple to nipple measurement. But if you can measure, it's good you measure. Okay. So I'm going to put a dot of 1 inch in the back. I divide the 1 inch by 2, 0.5 on each side. All right. So now I'm going to put the 6.75 and add 1 inch. So 6.75 is here, plus 1 inch for the dot is here, plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So we don't need to add more sewing allowance on this pattern. Okay, no need for another sewing allowance. Whatever you have to do is indicated in this pattern. You don't need to add sewing allowance. On the down part, we are going to use a circle skirt pleated somewhere. So I'll just take it like this, but I'll not consider it so much. I'm not considering the down part, though I'm going to put a circle skirt. Okay. So another thing we have to add is sewing allowance, is zipper allowance. So here I will add 1 inch, and I'll come on the waist and add 0.5 inch. So here it slants in a bit. Remember, our back is not straight, so that's why I use 0.5 on the waist. Okay, so this I'll just take it down because I'm still not going to use it. Don't get confused. This part, my pattern stops here. Stops here. Again, I'm going to come on this line and come up by 0.5 inches. This will help remove the bulge in the back. So as I told you, we only need this part up. We don't need the down part. So I just left it like this for you not to be confused. But we don't need the down part. So after this, I'm not adding anything else. I cut this pattern as it is on the fabric. Okay, so we are done with the back. Let me cut it out. So as I told you, I don't need this part. فصدقوا عهدهم من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه ألا إن شهداءنا أحياء في قلوبنا أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون فهنيئا لهم. So I add 0.5 here. I just measured it using my eyes, and then وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين اللهم عن أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي. So this is the pattern we need for the back. Now we are going to draft the front pattern. So this is our front pattern, and the way the dress is designed, it's sort of a wrap dress. It overlaps on the front. So I'll leave some space here. Okay. So I'm going to come here and make a straight line. اللهم ارحم شيوخ الاتحاد وقادته، اللهم ارحم الشيخ زايد بن سلطان آل مديان، والشيخ راشد بن سعيد آل مكتوم، والشيخ خالد بن محمد. So I'm going to leave here some inches. Let's leave like 6 inches. 6 inches, 6 inches. This dress overlaps a bit in the front, so I've left some small inches just to cater for that overlap. Okay, so this is going to be our starting line, shoulder line. Okay, this is our front. This is what we are going to use for the front. Okay, so I'm going to measure shoulder to bust. Shoulder to bust is 9 inches. Shoulder to waist is 14 inches. Shoulder to bust 9 inches, shoulder to waist 14 inches. So I make a line and a line here as well. So I'm going to put in my neckline. I'll use a neckline of 3 inches by 3 inches. So I'm going to measure here 7, shoulder divide by 2. I'll come on this line and also measure that 7. I'm going to come down by 1 inch to make a shoulder drop or shoulder slope, and then come up on this line, wait a minute, by 2 inches, and after that I'm going to make my line, connect. So after this I'm going to divide this line by 2. So I'll come in by 0.5 and I'll make an armhole. But before that, let's measure our bust divide by 4 plus 1 inch. So my bust divide by 4 plus 1 inch is 9 inches. Is it? Okay. So I'm going to make a curve connecting this point to this point to this point. All right, so that's our armhole. Now we are going to put a dart. Okay, nipple to nipple divide by 2. I've used 3.5. All right, so I'm going to make a line here. And I'll use a dart of 1.5 inches. So I'll use a dart of 1.5 inches on the front. Is it? I use a dart of what, 1.5? Okay, let me use 1.5 like this. Wait, I messed up. This dart is supposed to begin 1 inch below the bust line, eh? Yeah. So this is our dart here. Okay. So now we are going to measure. We've already measured this. I'm going to measure my waist, which is 6.75 divided by 6.75 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1 inch again, so wig allowance. So this is our front, and again I'm going to come here and come down by 1 inch and make a bust dart of 1 inch. All right. So there is a dart here and a dart here. So if you want, you can divide this by 2. You can decide to connect this to here like this and make like a princess cut, but let's leave that. I won't do that. Okay, so let me cut. Before I cut, let me use a tracing wheel. Remember, I folded here, so I'm going to use a tracing wheel. Okay. Okay. All right, so we are going to cut out I was supposed to add a 0.5 here. Oh my god. I hope I remember on the main fabric. I'm supposed to add a 0.5 here for the sewing allowance on the upper part. So this is our pattern. Now I have to close this part here. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. So these markers with nails, my goodness. So to close the bust dart, I must open up here. Hey! Yay, yay! I just cut everything. Okay. So we are going to close this bust dart here. And here as well. When we close the bust dart, this one here increases. The waist dart becomes bigger. So it is starting from here. So you can cut it out. Okay. All right. So I cut it on both sides because one part of that dress is going to overlap the other. And this is what I mean by overlapping. I'm going to cut like this. I'm going to cut I'm not used to using my straight hand. I don't know why. I don't know how to use my hand. So it's going to be somehow like this. Okay. So, as if my hand is straighter than the ruler. You see me? You see me trying to what? What am I doing? As if my hand is straighter than the ruler. So this is going to be the front part. All right. So this is it. Okay. So why I left this space, it's not going to overlap like to have belts. It's going to overlap and stop here. Okay, it's going to stop on this dart. So I just leave this for formality. It's going to overlap and stop here on this dart. It's not going to be like a belt. So and as well just cut this away. Like this and cut it. Yeah. So it's going to be like this. When it overlaps, it stops on this dart. Okay, so that is our pattern. Yeah, this is our front and our back. Unfortunately, wait, I didn't straighten up this line here. Unfortunately, the fabric is not yet here. So I'm going to put the pattern aside and sew my circle skirts. There is a circle skirt I made, I didn't finish sewing. So this pattern I just made it to keep it when the fabric comes. I'll just get it and do the work. So I'll put this aside. I'm going to sew myself a skirt. Okay. How should I fold it? All right. Fold it like this. So I'll keep it and wait for the fabric. Someone was saying hi, Mariana, hi, Desava, hi, how are you? Funlan, hi. Sorry, I didn't see your messages last time. The phone I'm using to record it up, it's using the back camera. So I can't see it early enough. But how are you? How is life? How are you doing? All right. Let me put this away. So I made a skirt here that I did not sew. Yeah. I hope this is the skirt. All right. This is it. So I'm going to join this skirt past the side seams. Okay, so we are done with joining one side seam. Let I check out this part. there is this edge that is not full. So what I'm going to do, yesterday I made ruffles. I'm going to put ruffles on this cut, and I'm going to fold them a little bit. Okay. Not ruffle, this is a flounce. Not ruffles, sorry, the flounce. It's a flounce, eh? Flounce and ruffles are different. So I'm trying to shape this. Yeah. Oh. So we are going to do the same for these parts and the other part as well. This is the circle skirt, but on the edges I put ruffles on one side and on the other side as well. So I realized that the waist is a bit wide. I'm going to join here. So what I'm going to do about the waist is I'm going to put an elastic on the waist. So before that, let me even before that, let me put a waistband. Then I'll put the elastic last. So for the waistband, I'm going to measure how wide this is. "45". So I need 45 inches plus 2 inches, 46, 47, right? Yes, so I need 47 inches. Okay. So it depends on how wide you want your waistband to be. Waistbands are between 1.5 inch to 3 inches. Even 1 inch, you can even make a waistband of 1 inch. Yeah. So depending on what you want. I give it back to you. So whatever I want, if you want a waistband of, let's say you want a waistband of 2 inches, you have to measure 2.5 inches. Okay. So this is 2.5. Two and a half. Two and a half. Two and a half. Two and a half. Okay. So I'm going to cut 2.5 on fold. You're supposed to cut on fold. And if you're using fabric, please iron so that it folds very well. You'll get everything right by that. So you iron. And while ironing, before even ironing, you'll fold. Let's say this is the what? This is the right side, okay? This is the right side. So you fold. If this is the right side, you fold 0.5 inches along this line. And fold 0.5 inches along this line. So you fold 0.5 inches and 0.5 inches here. After folding in the 0.5 inches, you will catch here. If this 0.5 folded and sew. You can see this is on the outside. So you do the same on this side. You turn like this and like this. 0.5. Remember, we added 0.5 as an allowance. So you're going to sew as well on this side. Okay. So after this, you turn this like this. You make sure that the corners, you turn them out very well. You can even trim. So now this is our waistband. Remember, if you ironed, this will be inside. If you ironed, this will be folded inside like this, and this side will be folded inside like this. Okay, so I'm going to sew this on my skirt. This is the center of my skirt, so I'll just bring in this waistband and get the center point as well. So this is the center. Okay, we assume this is the center. This. So I'm going to come on the wrong side. I'm going to sew the right side. This is the right side. This is the right side, the side that is going to show outside. I'm going to get this side in the center, remember. So this is the point. I'm going to get the right side and put it on the wrong side. The wrong side is this. I'm going to join the right side on the wrong side and sew around. Right side to the wrong side and sew around. Remember the sewing allowance was 0.5 inches. You follow that line. Remember we folded that part. You folded the 0.5 is what you're supposed to use. I cannot do that here because I did not iron, but if it was fabric, I would have ironed out the 0.5 and just follow that 0.5. In case. So remember it began from the center, so I'm going to take this side as well. All right. So okay, so we are done with this. Now we are going to fold in Remember this, we joined this on the wrong side. This is the wrong side, on the right side. Now I'm going to turn on the right side. You see this, this is the right side. So I'm going to turn the right side, and remember we had 0.5 folded. You remember, it cannot show here because I did not iron. So I'm going to fold like this and pin around my waistband, and make sure everything, these unfinished seams are inside. Okay, you have to make sure when you're pinning, everything that is not finished is on the inside. Everything that is not finished is supposed to be inside. It's not supposed to show on the outside. Okay, so even when we reach here, everything, I mean everything, even when we reach here, we are supposed to arrange it well, and every unfinished stuff is on the inside. So I'll stop here. Reason being, I'm going to join the seams again. So this side will do the same, but I'll begin from the center, going on one side, because this is plastic. It is funny, it's not like fabric, so it's not easy to sew. So I'll begin from the center, take it one side, and begin from the center, take it to the other side. Let's just begin. So this is our center. We are going to start from here. And make sure you sew a very small sewing allowance, almost 0.1/8. Yeah, I'll say that, like 1 out of 8. Because this is the part that is going to show on the outside. So make sure you sew something very thin. I told you it might not come out as the fabric is supposed to be, because this is plastic. It's not. Plastic is tricky. You see, it has not come out as good. It because this is plastic bag, but if you're using fabric, it comes out well. Okay, so what do I do? Oh, this is not good, but I have to do this. So we are done with our waistband. This is it. It's not so straight. You know how plastic is. So I'm going to join this my skirt on one side. So I'm going to join here like this. I'll leave the waistband up. Alright, so our cut is done. It's done. So I just need a waistband to insert in this skirt. So it's a circle skirt. The waist is a bit big, so I need just a waistband to insert. An elastic, sorry, not waistband. So it's done. Yeah. It's a circle skirt with ruffles, with flounce, not ruffles, flounce on the side. Yeah. So we started by pattern making. We've ended up sewing the skirt. I did some time back and I did not finish. So thank you everyone who has watched. I love you so much and I have to go. I have to go. I've got the time now. These days I don't get so much time. But when I got the time, I said, okay, let me come and do the live. Then maybe do other things better. So thank you for watching, everyone. I love you so much. I'll put on this card tomorrow. You see how it came out. Yeah. So that's it for today. I have to organize some things here and we'll call it a day. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell. I come live every other day. Yeah, I come live every other day. These days I've been a bit busy. I used to come live every day, but sometimes I don't get the time. Yeah, so when I don't get the time, whenever I get the time, I have no specific time for coming live. That's why I'm telling you, hit the notification bell, because when you hit the notification bell, YouTube will notify you when I come live. Yeah. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. That's when you will know, because I also don't know. It depends on my program. That's when I come live. If I get time and I'm free, then I say, okay, let me go live and cut something. You get. So please subscribe, my lovely dears. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, I will call it a day today. I shall call it a day today. Thank you so much. I love you. And have a good bye. Leave this here. Have a good bye.